Saniur Rahman has asked a question, and I think he's brought up a very interesting point. Is it wise for KTM to have a cheaper Duke lineup, especially considering the fact that making the 125 Duke an RC similar looking to the 390 completely destroyed the brand's reputation?
No, it didn't.
Should this company stick to the 3 engines instead of making the cheaper fourth? It's an Austrian company, but hear me out. In Japanese, number 4 is considered extremely bad luck. I think the interesting thing here for me was maybe that is also a reason why they have separated these two lines as well.
There are conclusions in there that are just factually incorrect. So the 125 Dukes did nothing for KTM's reputation positively or negatively. It was just a non-starter. Nobody knew they existed effectively. They looked at 15 bhp, they looked at the price and said ignore.
Okay.
So did they sell enough 125s at all?
I thought the bad reputation of the bad riding on a KTM was coming from the 125s.
No, it's coming from the fact that KTMs have no resale value, so anybody can afford a 390.
Oh.
So if you were in the market for performance today and you were willing to buy a used motorcycle, some of the most cost-effective purchases you will make are used KTMs. And that would be a 200, a 250 or a 390. But behaving badly has nothing to do with the machine. Behaving badly has to do with what your parents failed to teach you, which school you went to and what your teachers failed to teach you, and what genetic aberrations that you were born with. You combine all of the three together, you get a supervillain. You get 2 out of 3, you get a villain. And you get 1 out of 3, you get what you're thinking about right now, the word that I refuse to use. It has nothing to do with KTM. Where KTM, I think, failed and Bajaj failed was to intervene when this thing was starting up. I'll give you an example. There was a case where somebody said KTMs are killer machines. It was very early on in the KTM arrival, right? And it became a thing. To the point where Bajaj and KTM did react and they did take this person to court for defamation and libel and won that court case and quashed the idea of KTMs being killer machines. But the Widowmaker title has been given to various machines over the longest of history. The RD350s have been labeled Widowmakers in the United States, for example, in the 60s and the 70s. So machines being labeled as killers is not a new thing.
Yeah.
But at that point, Bajaj felt the need to intervene and did intervene. But when this started, where bad behavior was rapidly associated specifically with KTMs, I think Bajaj and KTM India lost the opportunity to intervene in time and guide this conversation to a better place, and now they're fighting a losing battle, right? But are you telling me everybody with a Royal Enfield does not misbehave? Have you not seen superbike guys do this over and over and over again? Every Sunday, they make a nuisance of themselves with loud exhaust, bad riding, behaving like they own the road when they clearly do not, and then having crashes, and then blaming the other party for the crashes. And I'm sorry, but bad behavior is not confined to KTM. Bad behavior happens. Bad behavior is controlled and taught out of your system. We just don't have an enforcement system that does it yet. And when it comes, I swear you will be the guys protesting because they say, I went 3 kmph over the speed limit and the fine is 30,000 bucks. That will also happen. Wait till the insurance system catches up. Actually, insurance is a very powerful way to actually control this. Every time you have a small offense, when your premium starts climbing, and then you suddenly realize that you're paying 40,000 rupees premium for a 30,000 rupee IDV, that will be the fun day.
Like in UK and all, for a teenager to get a vehicle, it's cheaper to buy a car than to buy the insurance for the car.
There are cases where insurance is almost 2x the cost of the machine itself.
Yeah. And so therefore you're like, yeah, you're too risky to be insured, so you can't have a vehicle.
No, and look, we can't have it both ways. If we continue to behave badly,
it's going to happen.
Either we will self-correct, which we are so far not showing any signs of, or an external force will come and correct, whether it is insurance, enforcement, police, licensing, you name it. These are all inconvenient ways to live. But if we don't sober up, somebody's going to have to fix it.
The KTM 160 Duke is about 12 kilos lighter than the KTM 200 Duke. And that number really got my attention. We've really gotten into the details of the 160 Duke. It's there in the entire conversation. You've just seen a small clip of that, but you can find the entire conversation on the MotorInc app, where the MotorInc First of the KTM 160 Duke is playing.